Okay, so I've been a bit MIA. I know, there's been a lot going on, and the endometriosis story continues. Apparently, kinda, sorta. So, welcome to the 6th year of me talking about my endometriosis, and I have had a hysterectomy journey, yeeting out all of that disease in my body. But as we know, if you have seen my hysterectomy journey and endometriosis series here on YouTube, I know a lot of people have watched this, found me from that series. There's always remnants of such a serious disease, especially if you have to have a hysterectomy because of it. It's that crazy and serious. So I was going to talk to you today about what's kind of been going on between other videos, behind the scenes, to let you know how is year 6 post hysterectomy been going. Because really quick TLDR, if you have watched my hysterectomy journey, you probably already know this, but a quick refresher, because I usually only do an update about once a year on the anniversary of when my hysterectomy happened, which was in June. But if you don't, and if you're here for the makeup and the vibes and just the fun videos I put out, just a quick update so you're up to speed. I got diagnosed very late with endometriosis. I had seen gynecologists for years for all of my symptoms that ended up being endometriosis, but I didn't get diagnosed until 2018 when the pain got so severe I could not exist. I could not walk. I could not do much without having to take pain medication all the time. We're talking ibuprofen and like acetaminophen over-the-counter stuff every 4 hours, and that was not cutting it anymore. Found a doctor when I moved to Florida who specialized in women's health. And through all of my symptoms and all of my issues, she very quickly was like, I think you have endometriosis. I think we're going to have to do a hysterectomy based on everything, but we need to get in there and see what's going on. And that will really determine next steps. Found out it was indeed extreme endometriosis, stage 4 plus, as my doctor likes to say, that I was the worst case she'd ever seen. We had to eat everything out. So in 2019, I had a total hysterectomy in a young stage of life, and I had to be on medication for about 6 months after the surgery to get the rest of the endo zapped, as the doctors like to say, because they can't really say it's killed or dead. And that leads to my journey beyond that. And I've done an okay job, I think, of chronicling some of that in this hysterectomy series. I used to have an Instagram that I would talk about in my videos, but Meta had some sort of breach at some point, and a lot of content creators lost their accounts around the same time. I happen to be one of them, so I don't have that Instagram account anymore, unfortunately, that really chronicled day in the life stuff. So leading up to now, what's kind of been going on here? I just had surgery for my kidney, and I'll tell you why. Leading up to it, last fall, I had a really bad case of food poisoning, and I ended up having to go to the ER to get some IVs because I could not keep liquids down. It was so bad. And while I was in the ER, they ended up doing some additional scans, and that's how we discovered something was possibly going on with my kidneys. They kind of correlated it to probably being various things. But when I went into my own general doctor, my own GP, she immediately walked in the room and said, "You don't have ovaries." And I was like, "Correct. You know this. Hi too." And that's when she was like, "Wait, sorry. I was just looking through your notes from the ER, and they were saying, hey, maybe her levels are off and her things are swollen because of her, one, being sick, but also her ovaries." And she's like, "You do not have ovaries. I need you to go get another scan once you're feeling better." I did do that, and then they found out that there was some serious kidney issues going on. So I ended up going to a urologist. I'm just doing some touch-ups of makeup because I have a fun summer hair appointment today, and that's when I was just going to decide to sit down and chat with you guys, catch you up on kind of what's going on. I promise I'm not trying to ghost you. I'm just literally in recovery right now. So saw my urologist, and they decided we were going to put some stents into my right kidney. I also happened to find out I am a unicorn of many different assets in my life, and one of them being I have 2 ureters, which is the tubes that goes from your kidneys down to your bladder, on my right side. So I had 2 chances for my right kidney to function properly, and it did not, and we didn't know why. So we put 2 stents in the right kidney and had to have them in for about a month, which if you've never had stents, you are a lucky dog. It very much mimics things like having a UTI. I've not had a ton of UTI, so I didn't really know what to expect. But it feels like you have to pee all the time, urgency, some cramping, things like that. That was months ago now. Did that and did blood work, did follow-up tests. Still, things weren't okay. Took the stents out and everything, did the testing, found out still not okay. So ended up knowing I was going to have a little bit of reconstructive surgery. We weren't sure really what was going on. We thought maybe it was just how my body and my kidney developed, and maybe that's just how it was going to be. But we did find out in my last surgery, where we did the reconstruction surgery, on what was going on with my 2 ureters going from my kidney to my bladder, that there was scarring. And that's when my husband luckily was there to tell the doctor while I was under and stuff, like, oh yeah, remember she had endometriosis. That's the reason for the hysterectomy. And he's like, okay, that's what this is. It's the scarring from the endo that has been removed from her body. So that's why the hysterectomy endometriosis journey has unfortunately continued, because it left remnants. There is no endo that he saw. Obviously, he's not a female doctor, but it was the scarring that was affecting my ureters, the tubes, to properly drain. So, I still have 2 kidneys. That's the beautiful news. The bad news, if we're going to look at it as bad, and I'm just looking at it as it is what it is at this moment, is my right kidney does have less function than my left. But it is now operating better. I just yesterday had my last stent removed from the bigger reconstructive surgery. Sorry, I had a gnat here too, trying to get in frame. It's a paid actor apparently. And I had 2 stents put in from the surgery to keep them open, help them process and heal to hopefully thrive. Well, one of the stents, unfortunately, about 6 days after my surgery, forced its way out. That was a very, very, very unpleasant situation. We're not really sure why that happened, but the other stent remained in perfect position. Again, being a unicorn be hard. So I just had to wait a month and see my doctor, which happened yesterday, where we removed the last stent. And I'm pretty happy to say that the goal right now, when we think everything is good, that I do not need to have another surgery. That's the goal, but I have to go back in a month to make sure everything is flushing normally post stent removals. So that's where Nichole is at right now with the hysterectomy journey. And I keep calling it hysterectomy journey, but at this point it's really the endometriosis journey, because I have been still really, I would consider healthy. I was not in pain when this got discovered as far as the kidney situation went. Although when you have endometriosis your whole life and you don't know it until much later, a lot of times you develop an extremely high pain tolerance. And even the doctors in the hospital were like, I really can't trust your pain levels because you have such a high pain tolerance. So like most people probably would have been in pain for what I was dealing with. But I really was not in pain. It was just something that I knew I needed to do for my overall health for the future. So that's what I was doing, was really taking care of future Nichole. And that's how we discovered that this was from endometriosis scarring. So I was not trying to ghost my favorite people here on YouTube. I still love, and I still have so many fun new products that I have gone out of my way to purchase and have been using that I've wanted to sit down and talk about, but I have been in a very serious healing journey behind the scenes, and I really have to be okay with sometimes taking some time for me. So that's really what's been going on. For a while now. So thank you guys so much for patience. This is not something I had planned to like all of a sudden be like, oh, now I'm going to be in and out. That wasn't the goal or the plan, but life happens sometimes. Life be lifing, as we know. So I will be back doing some of my declutter series that I need to get back into. I've also got some fun new beauty room pieces. I got a new surfboard back here that I am loving for my beachy vibes. It is summer. I just got my nails done. Today's a hair day because now that I actually have all of the stints out and I feel like I can maybe do a little bit more, I'm excited to get back to life a bit. But I did want to give you guys a quick update as to where I've been, what's been going on, and kind of give you my 6-year update on that part is my hysterectomy journey because I am now 6 years post-op, right? Math. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Wait, is this my 7th year? That doesn't mean the endometriosis is back by any means. It just means the scarring that the endometriosis left was on my other organs, which because it was so widely spread, that was something that my doctor did tell me could be a possibility. And I am going to be updating my gynecologist to let them know kind of what's going on and things like that through this process. But I am still okay. I'm still not in pain from any of like old endo or anything like that that has been removed from the body, but I have been dealing with the scarring leftovers, I suppose. So I try to keep it transparent because women's health is so understudied and so underspoken about that I do my best to be here and be a truth of what's going on in my personal journey, because I know a lot of you guys found me through my hysterectomy and endometriosis story, and trying to be as transparent as I can through this process. So thank you guys so much for watching and your patience as I've been a little in and out. I'm still in recovery mode, but I do hope to be coming back and being more consistent again. I hope your summer is going amazing. I can't wait to get in the ocean. With all of these stints in and out of my body for months now, I've not been able to get in the ocean because you can't be in bodies of water. So that's gonna be so exciting for me. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, friends.